So coming to the question on non-proliferation regime. So here I'll provide the basic structure of the answer. So it is not only a basic structure of the answer, but also this provides the content that is required to write any answer on non-proliferation regime, or if a question comes on basic structure of the answer, but also it also provides the content that is required for writing or answering any questions on non-proliferation regimes or the questions on non-proliferation treaty. So let me read the question once again. Non-proliferation regimes are inherently discriminatory. Critically examine. This is the question. So let me provide the structure of the answer. The first part of the structure, a good introduction, a positive introduction. The introduction should be on non-proliferation regimes, particularly on non-proliferation treaty. So talk about non-proliferation treaty, which came in 1968, got implemented from 1970. It is based upon three pillars. NPT is based upon three pillars. One is non-proliferation, second one is disarmament, and third one is peaceful usage. So these are the three main goals of non-proliferation treaty, because it is with this intention NPT came to existence. So this should be the introductory part. Second part of the answer. So question says that this non-proliferation regime is inherently discriminatory. So it is inherently discriminatory. Let us examine. Let us show why it is discriminatory. So why this regime should be seen as a discriminatory regime. All right. So this is the core part of the answer. Most of the answer, that is 60% of the answer, should be on this. So 20% of the marks will be given for this part. 60% of the marks will be given for this part. All right. So in what way we should call it as discriminatory? Why it is called as discriminatory? All right. So first of all, it has institutionalized inequalities by recognizing the rights of 5 nuclear states to retain their nuclear weapons. So it has institutionalized inequalities between the 5 nuclear states and non-nuclear states. That is, the nuclear states are allowed to retain their nuclear weapons. They are allowed to legitimately use their nuclear rights. At the same time, it has not allowed the non-nuclear states to retain their weapons. All right. That means what? It has denied the rights to the other countries. This NPT has created, by creating inequalities, by dividing the countries, it has created a two-tier system. A two-tier system, that is, countries possessing nuclear weapons and countries without nuclear weapons. So that is what the discrimination. So there is a clear discrimination in the treaty. All right. Third point. Let me talk about third point. this treaty has failed to control the non-nuclear states in possessing the nuclear weapons. Say, for example, countries like India, or you take Israel, or you take Pakistan. So these are the non-nuclear states which possess nuclear weapons. All right. So this is one failure. Of course, every country has its own reason. Every country has its own reason. All right. So fail to control non-nuclear states. Fail to control non-nuclear states. All right. And coming to disarmament, this NPT has utterly failed in committing the nuclear states from disarming. All right. Fourth point, it has failed towards achieving disarmament. Failed towards achieving disarmament of nuclear states. All right. So these are the basic drawbacks of what you call nuclear proliferation regimes. So I have talked about 4 important points. All right. Institutional inequalities, two-tier system. All right. Failed towards what you call controlling non-nuclear states. Failed in achieving the disarmament. And if possible, all right, we can also provide this in a graphical form, in a schematic way. So let me put this core part of the answer in a graphical form. So NPR, nuclear proliferation regime, is inherently discriminatory. So it has institutionalized inequalities, created a two-tier system, failed to control non-nuclear states, failed to control non-nuclear states, failed in achieving the goal of disarmament, failed in controlling, failed to control vertical enrichment. So this is how we can what you call present the answer. All right. So this is the core part of the answer. Now, when we are concluding the answer, answer conclusion should be in a positive way. So though we say that nuclear proliferation regime has failed or it has been inherently discriminatory, but so it is this international law to some extent which has stabilized, all right, in horizontal proliferation of nuclear weapons. It is this what you call law which has supported the peaceful usage of nuclear energy. It is this regime, to some extent, it has imposed some kind of control over the states, the nation states, in using the nuclear weapons. So that means though the question is in a negative form, but still our answer when we are concluding, it should be in a positive way. right? Never go for a negative conclusions. Always go for a positive conclusions, right? So, and say that provide some solution. Reforming. So and provide some solutions to strengthen the non-proliferation regimes, particularly reforming the existing institutional mechanisms to promote fairness and respect the rights of every country towards the commitment of disarmament. So this should be the